Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, August 2nd. I'm Kiki Thaxter. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, we head next to the airport for this week's Living Local. Norwood gets a brand new coffee shop. But first, lights, camera, summer. Last week, a group of middle school students had the opportunity to learn about live television production right here in the NCM studio. The students learned all angles of production from behind the scenes in the control room to on-camera interviews with some very special guests. Guests included Marcy Pastorio of the Maha Juice Bar, Norwood Digest host Jack McCarthy, Colonial Boy and NCM commentator Mark Hoover, Library Director Clayton Cheever, Veterans Agent Ted Mulvihill, Norwood firefighters Paul Ronco and Josh Roby, and Channel 7 reporter and NHS alum Rob Way. NCM is grateful to the people in the community that took the time to help out this group of young producers experience a taste of TV production, and for that, we thank you. We'd also like to thank our part-time staff that helped us out during the week. This group of Norwood High School juniors and seniors were absolute rock stars and contributed their hands-on experience, turning them from students into teachers. A huge shout out to Kate Broderick, Danielle DeMaria, Brian Gagliard, and Charlotte Martino. The high school was full of recruits at the Youth Police Academy run by the Norwood Police Department the past few weeks. Officers Baguma, Rooney, and McDonough talk us through the camp and what their favorite parts of it were.
The kids this week had an amazing variety of things to do today. This academy was brought to us by the hard work of Lieutenant Benton and the Chief Secretary, Cindy Katie. We couldn't have started it from there, so they're our foundation. But our kids were able to do crime scene today, where they were able to be placed into the position of a police officer or a detective. They worked in groups to find the person who committed the crime. I was on the other end of that, so they couldn't wait to place their school resource officer in handcuffs. The age of this academy is they're 7th graders going into 8th in September. The best part about this is you always have the 8th graders from last year asking if they could come back, or the campers, or Youth Academy campers from the week before asking the same thing, can I come to the second week? I pretty much look at this as the ultimate community policing, and community policing with the future of Norwood. Somebody may have told them who we were through different ways, maybe through social media or on television and so on, and they may have a certain understanding of who we are, but this way we can come to them, plain clothes, them the same, and we're able to meet them at the same, the same plane.
So I am the school resource officer at Norwood High School. So part of my day-to-day, my role here at the Youth Academy is just making sure everything runs as smooth as possible so everyone has the best time that they can. Standing in the hallways, being in the cafeteria every day, I see all the kids that have come through the Youth Academy in the past, and we've developed that one-on-one relationship with them through the Youth Academy. So I see them in the hallways. It's great because there are kids that just graduated from Norwood High this past year, 2024, and these kids are kids we had in the academy in 2019. So it's I know them, and they were talking to me about wiffle ball games that we had in 2019. This is an 18-year-old kid going to college. So it's lifelong, partnerships.
This will be I'm heading in my 9th year with the department. The last seven or so I've helped out with the Youth Academy. Really, my job is typically a squad leader. Typically what that involves is you're assigned a group anywhere between 7 to, this case this week, I think it's 13 kids in my squad. The idea is you have those 13 kids with you throughout the week. You lead them through challenges, competitions, finished up some crime scene today. I think one of the things is, you want to give these kids a sense of what the day-to-day police work looks like, whether it's crime scene, whether it's a tour of the station. We bring them to the jail to kind of hit home the idea of making the right decisions. But I think what's more important, and what I definitely emphasize, is the idea of building that strong rapport, building that connection, that relationship. It might just be a week, but I can tell you, and the other officers that do this, after that week, these kids know us. Our relationship goes, to the point that they see us around town, they come say hi to us, and I feel very fortunate to be a part of it. I'm very lucky the chief, the deputy chief, and Lieutenant Benton have all allowed me to take part of this, and they get to see us outside of the uniform, which I think is huge. It kind of humanizes us. They don't just look at us as police officers who enforce laws. We are humans. We are, we have families. We have kids, and we're just like them, and they get a chance to see us for who we are and get to know us.
My favorite part is really, I know most of the names at this academy, but I'm actually able to see the person behind their name and joke around with them. And come September, it's a completely different relationship where we're high-fiving, we're remembering the good times, and it's a different world after that.
Norwood High alumni, author, and Irish historian Charles Fanning came back to his hometown to talk about his new novel and was thrilled to be at the library that started his career in education.
Charlie Fanning, native of Norwood, class of 1960, Norwood High, and I'm here introducing my first novel called The Music of What Happens. It's a historical novel set in Chicago in the 1880s, and first time I've done anything like this, but delighted to be able to come home and read some of it for some people that I've known for a long time, some wonderful friends and relations here. So yeah, it was really terrific to do this. It came out at the beginning of May, and there were a couple of things going on then that like bookstore things, which I did. So, but this is the most interesting and fun reading I've ever done. All of these people there's so many of them are my friends, and this library was very important to me growing up. It was the most important thing to me. We lived up the street, right up Walpole Street, and came down here all the time. And really, it was the beginning of kind of my interest in the life of the mind was the librarians here and how encouraging they were. I've had a career as an academic, and I taught in colleges. Taught for 20 years at Bridgewater State University, and then we moved to the Midwest and taught in St. Louis and then in Carbondale, Illinois, at Southern Illinois University, and then we retired back to St. Louis because the rest of the family was there. My wife is from St. Louis, and our kids both ended up in St. Louis too, and we have a couple of grandchildren there too. So, oh gosh, it was a thrill, really a thrill. As I said, looking out at these faces, a lot of whom I'd known, and in this very different, I've given lectures and so on, but I didn't have fiction to talk about, and it's very different, in actually doing a reading from fiction. There's a kind of an immediacy to it. I could see that people were enjoying it, they were sort of into it too. So there was really it was a terrific experience all around, and being in Norwood has made it more so, really, yeah.
Norwood News will be right back after this short break, highlighting Norwood PD's upcoming National Night Out. On this week's Living Local, you get a taste of some real homemade Mediterranean cuisine that is out of this world. Just make your way down to Norwood Airport, but don't worry, getting on a plane is optional. Dassos Euro Cafe will make you think you're in the heart of Greece. Opos λέμε σε ελληνικά, πάμε να φάμε. Located at Norwood Airport, Dassos Euro Cafe has been serving up Greek specialties for nearly 20 years. However, Dassos' roots started somewhere else.
Born in Quincy, raised in Quincy, restaurant was in Quincy Center, 22 years. A lot different from this Tasso's. It was more like a pizza sub shop, a few Greek items. We had a fire in the restaurant in Quincy in 2001, which we lost our business and got on with life, finished college. I have 3 sisters, we all finished school. And then we got a call from a friend of my father's who was working at the airport and said, you know, Tasso, I have a place for you. It's vacant right now. We can't seem to keep, anything good in there. So come check it out. My father has a conference call with all 3 sisters and he's like, I want you guys to come and check out a location. And we're like, where is it? He goes, Norwood Airport. And I'm like, oh, please, just stop. Like, enough with this. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, Norwood Airport, come on, really? So we all come and he's like, showing us around and he's telling us, his story on what he thinks. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it.
And they did indeed. Almost 2 decades later, Tasso's is still thriving.
Customers that come in once, they're family, they come in forever. But we have new customers that come in and they'll say, oh, well, I love Greek food, but my husband doesn't, so I'll have the pasticcio, for example, but he's gonna have the chicken fingers. And I'm like, really, chicken fingers? Like, get the chicken souvlaki. I'm sure you're gonna like it. If you don't, I'll get you chicken fingers. And 9 times out of 10, they like the chicken souvlaki. Just because it's Greek doesn't mean that you're not gonna like it. Some Greek food is delicious.
Being located at the airport, even some famous faces have had their favorite dishes at Tasso's.
You always want to acknowledge them so they know that they're the famous faces. One of our local celebrities who was just here is Ernie Bach Jr., Steven Tyler. We have a lot of the sports people come in, football. Christian Fourier is a regular with his family. We had Bill Belichick was here. Maria Stefanos in the news industry is here all the time. Maria loves our finikia and she loves our avgolemono soup.
Every dish at Tasso's has been homemade since the beginning.
So our menu is more authentic. Everything is homemade here and my mother makes the true authentic yaya version of everything. Tasso is my father. He started this business a long time ago. He had a heart transplant in 2019, so he's retired from the cooking business. He does still come in and make sure that I dot my T's and I dot my I's and cross my T's. He would say, you said that wrong, and he would point. But he does do that, and he sometimes, if you see cameras around here, he'll pop in and he'll make sure that, we're doing the right thing.
But if you're not quite ready to make the jump into the Mediterranean cuisine, the menu at Tasso's will not let you go hungry.
Well, you can go from a plain garden salad all the way to a pepperoni pizza. You can order a steak and cheese sub. You can order baked lamb. We have macaroni and cheese for kids to adults. You have a 5-year-old ordering mac and cheese and you also have a 90-year-old ordering mac and cheese. It's that good. There's so much on the menu. Sometimes you might come in and we'll say, we're out of that, but that's because we try to keep everything fresh.
Even Christiana has her favorite dish.
It's hard to pick one, but it's easy for me to tell you moussaka is my favorite. I can eat moussaka every single day. I love it. Whenever I go to a Greek restaurant, when I travel, I like to go to Greek restaurants. Like my sister, she's going to Bahamas in a couple of weeks, and I said, oh, I'll have to give you the address of the Greek restaurant there. Go check it out. I like to order pastizzo or moussaka because you can tell how well a Greek cooks by the bechamel on the pastizzo or moussaka.
While Tasso's isn't in Norwood Center, Tasso's is well connected to the business community.
Norwood is very supportive. From uptown to downtown, very supportive. Like we have fellow business people that come in and are always, I'm gonna post you on my Facebook page because I'm so happy I came here. Or the local resident that came from the other side of Norwood and is so happy that we're still in business. Just because a lot of this type of restaurant don't exist anymore. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but this type of place, you won't find it in many places. And not only because it's like a family-run business, but the family runs the business. So we're here. Otherwise, we're not open. Otherwise, the door is locked.
To learn more info about Tassos, visit their Facebook page.
I always post specials, different deals we have going on. We have a great family meal deal that we started during COVID. It feeds up, family of 4 and more. It's $49.95. We kind of switch it up every so often. We have different specials throughout the week that we post on Facebook, so definitely check that out. Come in and visit us. Like, even if you just want to walk around and look, we have homemade desserts. Just come sit down and have a cup of coffee. I tell people, you're lonely? Come visit. There's always someone here to talk to. Always.
Tassos Greek dishes are the real deal, and you feel like family from the second you walk through the door. Έχει πάρα πολύ νόστιμα φαγητά και γλυκά, σαν να είσαι στην Ελλάδα. Thursday morning marked the grand opening for a brand new coffee shop in Norwood, Side Door Cafe. Let's meet owner and operator Tim Prendergast as he explains how Side Door Cafe came to be.
At my old job, the owner was trying to sell the business, and he was trying to pair me up with an investor. Investor backed out. People that are managing this building wanted to do something with the space, pulled me over here, I pulled Jacob in, and we made this happen. It's me, Jacob, and our 2 partners, John and Greg. Jacob and I run the place. John and Greg help us out here and there. And together we're a pretty good team, 4 of us. Jacob and I live here, yeah. I can't see myself doing anything else but doing something like this. So this is kind of like a dream come true. And I get to be social here. I have a lot of fun with the guys here. Some days are bad, but I have a lot of fun when it's not bad.
Norwood News will be right back after this break. The school committee met remotely last week, and it was the first meeting of new Superintendent Tim Luff. Mr. Luff introduced himself to the Norwood community, as well as introducing new Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations, Sean Manion.
First of all, I just wanted to formally introduce myself to the Norwood community and let folks know the community how excited I am actually to be here. I found myself saying lately that I've hit the ground running, but I think it's better to say that I've hit the ground learning, and there's a lot to learn. That said, what I have learned so far is that Norwood's an incredibly vibrant community where there's an amazing amount of dedication in ensuring that our kids receive the best education they can. I've seen from everyone from the school staff to the committee to the parents to all the town departments and more. I will be working with the Committee on Energy Planning soon, and that includes a more in-depth analysis. But what I do know already is that we are on an extremely solid foundation, and that everyone has the focus on doing what's best for kids. And I'm really happy to be here for that. So I just want to thank you all in the community and this committee for giving me this opportunity. And for those in the community that I have not met yet, I am looking forward to working with everyone here. I absolutely failed to introduce Sean Manion, Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations, to the community. Sean comes to us from many years in Newton as the person who did their finances. And Sean is an incredible, flexible thinker with some really great operational skills. And we're really excited to have him in Norwood, along with JJ, to build out what's going to be a fantastic team for us, I think. So welcome, Sean.
Thanks a lot. And hello, everyone.
Clayton Cheever from the Morrill Memorial Library is back to share what's happening at the library for the month of August.
Greetings, library lovers. Welcome to the Morrill Memorial Library, Norwood's public library for everyone. I'm Clayton Cheever. I use he, his pronouns, and I'm your library director. Kids ages 6 to 12 who enjoy playing video games and want to experience virtual reality should plan to attend one of the 2 gaming sessions we're partnering with 1UP Games to present on Wednesday, August 14th. Register your kid today for either 90-minute session. The first starts at 4 and the second at 5:30. Are you or someone you care about an older adult or an individual living with a disability? We want to help you remain safe and independent at home for as long as possible. And we're partnering with HESCO, that's the Health and Social Services Consortium, to present an informational program on Thursday evening, August 15th. As we age, there's new lifestyles to navigate, medical help to seek, and many other considerations to account for. It's very natural to have questions about the resources available in the community that will help us age well in place. Registration is required for this program. Need help navigating the complicated legal system? You can talk with a law librarian from the trial court libraries of Massachusetts every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoon between 1 and 2. They're happy to share law and case law, court forms and rules, information about court processes, and more. Simply check our calendar to find the Zoom link. No registration is required. This is also a great opportunity to make sure you're aware of our Access to Justice program. There's virtual court access made possible in partnership with the Massachusetts trial court system, allows you to attend court remotely, get court forms, and get help from court staff, all from the comfort of the library or anywhere you connect to the internet. When you visit the library, you can also borrow a dedicated laptop, reserve our study room, and get assistance connecting if that would be helpful. Don't navigate the justice system alone. Get help here at the library. That's Access to Justice. Are you ready to dive into some fantastic reads? Whether you're young or young at heart, we've got something special for everyone. Let's jump right in. First up, for our young readers, we have A Garland of Henna by Varsha Bajaj. This enchanting tale takes you on a journey through the rich traditions of henna art, celebrating culture and creativity. It's perfect for everyone who loves stories filled with color and imagination. Next, we have Abuela's Library by Nisette Norman. This heartwarming story is about the magical bond between a grandmother and a grandchild, centered around their love for books. It's a beautiful reminder of how stories connect generations. For our older readers, I've brought The Woman with the Cure by Lynn Cullen. This gripping historical novel tells the story of a pioneering female scientist who defied the odds to make groundbreaking discoveries in the struggle to find a vaccine to defeat polio. It's a tale of resilience, determination, and the power of knowledge, and it's based on the true story of a woman who stopped a pandemic. Last but not least, The War for Kindness by Jamil Zaki. In a world that often feels divided, this book explores the science of empathy and how we can cultivate kindness in our daily lives. It's an inspiring read by a Stanford psychologist that will leave you feeling hopeful and motivated to make a difference. Now, are you thinking about hitting the links this summer? Take our golf rangefinder with you and see how just far it is to the next hole. This could be a great way to see and try out this tool, find out if you want to get your own, or just borrow ours occasionally, much like how I use our cookbooks. This rangefinder and so many other great games, tools, puzzles, and more can be found in our Library of Things. Just visit our website and browse our Library of Things from the Books and More menu to see what other treasures we have waiting for you. Before I sign off, I want to thank our dear friends of the library. Make sure you pick up a Morrow Memorial Library coffee mug while they still have some for sale. This latest Friends fundraiser, these elegant mugs, are available at the checkout desk in the library, or you may find us with them at the farmer's market or another pop-up event around town. This month, the Friends provided the funds for the video gaming program with 1UP Games, a program on August 1st examining the war in Ukraine and Putin's motives, claims, and lies, the Ants on a Log Kids concert on the 2nd, our infant literacy playgroup, and the final 2 instances of the summer Craftapalooza for kids ages 3 to 10. A STEM program for kids ages 5 and older, making slime on the 7th, as well as crafts and supplies for other programs for kids and teens. Please, make sure you have an active membership in the Friends and support them whenever possible, as they make possible so much of what we present here. We are so grateful for all the support. That's a wrap for this Morrow Moment. I'm Clayton Cheever, your guide through the wonders of the library, wishing you an awesome August. We can't wait to see you at the library and at the weekly farmers market every Tuesday.
Brian Boudreau is on the street this week to ask some Norwoodites some hard-hitting questions.
This is Brian Boudreau for another episode of NCM Man on the Street. Right now we're on Washington Street. We're going to learn a little bit about what people think of the Olympics and people's favorite summer memories. All this and more on NCM on the Street. All right, now I am here with
Laurie Rieger.
Your name?
James Morgan.
Okay. Laurie, have you been watching the Olympics?
Yes, the Olympics are great.
Do you have a favorite event?
It's very hard to choose, but I like watching the gymnastics, the swimming, and the running. Running hasn't started yet, though.
All right. How about you? Have you been watching the Olympics? Yeah. Do you have a favorite part? Yeah. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you.
The gymnastics and the swimming.
Okay. It's a busy spot over here at Summers on Central. I'm now joined with
August. Alec. Anna.
all A's. I never had that many A's before. All right. Have you been watching the Olympics?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite event?
Gymnastics.
How about you, sir?
Yes, but I like all of them.
Okay. And you?
I like gymnastics and swimming.
Okay. I am now here with
Max. Grant. Audrey.
All right. Have you been watching the Olympics at all?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite event?
No. I like all of them.
How about you? Olympics?
Yes.
Favorite event?
Swimming.
And Olympics for you?
Yes.
Favorite event?
Gymnastics.
Okay. What's been a highlight of the summer for you so far?
Probably all the good hiking I did.
Okay. Any particular spots?
Mount Lafayette.
Okay. Highlight of the summer so far?
I went climbing.
Okay.
I went to France.
Oh, Paris.
I went to Paris.
You went to Paris too? All right. My last name's Boudreau, so I feel kind of honored. I'm part French. Highlight of the summer so far?
Probably just like hanging out with family members and friends.
Okay.
Coming here. Camp.
Ooh, very nice. Highlight of the summer so far?
I think just all the road trips up north to New Hampshire and Maine. One of our trips was to Old Orchard, which was fun with a lot of the rides. Yeah. And the beach. The beach is always a great time.
Because of that old, it's almost like the old Paragon Park or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun up there.
The pier and the rides and the fried dough, cotton candy, ice cream.
How about you? What was your favorite part of the summer so far?
I liked going to Old Orchard Beach on the rides.
Okay, all right. Favorite summertime snack?
Has to be ice cream.
Ice cream,
Yeah,
hands down.
yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Cookie dough ice cream, to be specific. Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah, yep.
How about you? You like ice cream? Yeah.
He's silent.
How about you?
Ice cream.
What kind?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough. You get anything on it, or just plain?
I just get plain.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be messed with, right? It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Favorite summer snack?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
Last question. What kind of ice cream do we have?
Monster Mash.
S'mores. Oreo.
All right, I have one more question for you. What is Monster Mash?
It's like vanilla ice cream with M&Ms inside.
All right. I can get down with that. All right. Favorite summertime snack?
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
What kind of ice cream is that?
Monster Mash.
Ooh.
Rocky Road.
Well, it was Rocky Road. It's all gone now, folks. How about you? Did you get ice cream?
I'm just gonna give you mystery.
Mystery, okay.
You love
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We want to let everyone know that the Norwood Food Pantry is looking for much-needed donations. They're looking for cereal, canned vegetables and fruits, canned soups, canned beef stew, canned beans, boxed rice, boxed pasta, and spaghetti sauce. There are donation boxes for the Norwood Food Pantry located at Shaw's, Stop and Shop, and behind the church at 150 Chapel Street. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend. Norwood News will be right back one more time. On this week's Living Local, you get a taste of a real, wrong. after this break.
Do that one more time.
Yeah, thanks.
Your eye closed too fast.
Yeah. Okay. And have a great weekend. And scene.